So we have with us Professor Karamjit Singh, Vice Chancellor Jagat Guru Nanak Dev Punjab State Open University Patiala, and uh, we have also honorable guest of today, that is Dr. Nilima Bhagwati, International Secretary General Council for Teacher Education Foundation, Professor Emeritus, Guwahati University, Guwahati. So I welcome both the guests. Now I want to introduce the guest of today's valedictory address, Professor Karamjit Singh. Professor Karamjit Singh has 36 years of teaching and research experience. His interest areas are contemporary issue in accounting and finance, corporate social responsibility, corporate governance, strategic management, spirituality, and ethics in management. During his long career, he has served as Registrar, Punjab University, Chandigarh, Director, UGC HRD, Dean, Faculty of Business Management and Commerce, Dean, Faculty of Dairying, Animal Husbandry and Agriculture, Fellow Senate Member, Punjab University Governing Council, then Syndicate Member, Member of Board of Study, Member Board of Finance, Member Academic Council, President Indian Accounting Association, Board of Directors of Punjab State Cooperative Bank Limited, peer team member of NAC Bangalore, and many more positions are held by him. As president of Indian Accounting Association, he was invited by American Accounting Association annual meet to interact with the world accounting professional at Washington, D.C. He was also invited in Education Innovation Conference by International Skill Development Corporation at Association of Certified Chartered Accountant at University of London, and he attended Global Business Meet in World Punjabi Conference at Toronto. Although the list of his achievement is very long, so I am just shorting it. He has received many awards for his contribution to business world and academics from various bodies, including UGC MHRD. 14 research scholars has completed their PhD under his guidance, and 4 research scholars are pursuing their research work under him. He has published 4 books and 51 articles in prestigious journals. Now I request Professor Shailendra Sidhu for formal welcome of the guests.
Thank you, Professor Ajit. Respected Professor Karamjit Singh, Vice Chancellor Jagat Guru Nanak Dev, Punjab State Open University, Professor Nilima Bhagwati, International Secretary General, CTEF, and Professor Emeritus, Guwahati University. Good afternoon. On behalf of the management, principal staff of Multani Mal Modi College and Council for Teacher Education Foundation, I extend a very warm welcome to our esteemed guests for joining us on the concluding day of this 7-day capacity building program. We have had an extremely fruitful and enriching week-long program and attended sessions on flip learning, blend of pedagogy and technology, appropriate assessment and evaluation techniques, constructive pedagogy, innovative practices in technology and research, and outcome-based education. We are very fortunate to have amongst us Dr. Karamjit Singh for the valedictory address, and we all look forward to gaining valuable insights from it. Once again, a very warm welcome to you, sir. I also extend a gracious welcome to Professor Nilima Bhagwati, who will preside over today's session and deliver the presidential remarks. Once again, a very warm welcome to our guests. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Before we start the session, let me brief about the proceeding of this capacity building program. The day one started with inaugural address by Dr. Arvind, Vice Chancellor, Punjabi University, Patiala. He expressed his view about the integration of technology in classroom teaching, and insisted that online teaching can never replace the offline classroom teaching. It can only supplement the traditional classroom. And this fact was also supported by the other resource persons of this CVP. Dr. R.G. Kothari, former Vice Chancellor, VNSG University, Surat, Gujarat, explained teaching pedagogy used in online and offline teaching. Dr. Jayashri Shinde expressed her view about the blended learning and new UGC guideline regarding 40% syllabus coverage using online mode and 60% through offline teaching. Dr. Prateek Bhatia, Associate Professor, Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology, explained about flipped learning. He made us aware about the structure of flipped classroom, the process of implementing flipped learning pedagogy, issues and challenges in the implementation of flipped learning. On second day, Professor Sunil Dutt, Head Department of Education and Education Management, NITTR Chandigarh, expressed his view about the integration of blended and flipped learning. Professor K.M. Bhandarkar, President CTEF, gave presidential remarks. Day third, Dr. Jayanti Datta, Deputy Director UGC HRDC, Punjab University Chandigarh, elaborated upon the importance of assessment and evaluation practices. She expressed various techniques of assessments and evaluation. Presidential remarks was given by Dr. Gurmeet Singh, Senator, Punjab University, Chandigarh. On the next day, Professor Arvind Kumar Jha, Dean School of Education, Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar University, Lucknow, discussed constructivist pedagogy. To apply constructivist pedagogy, the teachers need to change their mindset and think out of the box to create learning situations in the classroom. Dr. Sandeep Sani, Principal, Doraha College of Education, Doraha, presented the presidential remarks. On the previous day, Dr. Adit Gupta, Principal, MIER, College Jammu, talked about innovative practices in technology and research. Dr. Gupta explained the innovative practices for institutional excellence. He very nicely explained the integration of technology in the innovation practices in teaching, learning, assessment and evaluation, research, and institutional management. The presidential remarks were given by Dr. Jaspal Singh, Associate Professor, DDE Jammu University. Today, Dr. Khushvinder Kumar explained about the outcome-based education, and he explained about the program outcome, course outcome, and learning outcome, and how these outcomes can be evaluated. We are fortunate enough to have Dr. Professor Karmjit Singh with us for the valedictory address. So now I invite Professor Karmjit Singh to express his views. So over to Professor Karmjit Singh.
Thank you, Dr. Ajit Kumar ji, and I'm really grateful to Shilendra Sidhu for nice word for me. In fact, it's a matter of great honor and privilege for me, the organizers and participants in a 7-day virtual national level capacity building program organized by Multani Mal Modi College Patiala in collaboration with Council for Teacher Education Foundation on a very important and relevant topic, that is integration of pedagogy and technology in teaching learning. I must congratulate Dr. Khushvinder Kumar, principal of this college, and his team organizer for keeping up the tempo for 7 days. And today is the last day. I could see Professor Emeritus and Bhatti University, Assam, and I believe that her insight will definitely enlighten us more on the topic. Just listen to the summary presented by Ajit Kumar ji. Let me begin with an observation. See, we are living in 21st century. Indian economy has to take a quantum jump if we want to survive globally and become self-reliant. You see that two important issues are health and education. They are the pillars. Even I believe, I have a conviction that education can take care of even health also, if we are educated. Because to my mind, education means wisdom. You see that we are boasting of our vibrant democracy. And of course, this is a biggest source for self-reliance in India. But let me reiterate here that education is the only way by which we can unlock human potential. You see that US President Thomas Jefferson, he said, he quoted once, that if we solve all the problems in the world except one, that is education, the next generation will create all those problems all over again. They will create. But if we solve only one problem, that is education, and nothing else, next generation will resolve all the problems. So education is something very, very important. This we all know. Now, that is the fact why I said that this we are talking, the topic is very good, because we were talking about the integration of technology. No doubt about that, we need technology-driven arrangement. You see that COVID-19, it was and is a great teacher. It provides us an opportunity to reimagine and rethink higher education. We need to transform. And I'm very happy to note that this college or National Council for Teachers, Council for Teacher Education Foundation, they are doing a great work, particularly in giving directions. You see, this is what is required. I am a student of business management. Let me quote one example that how the people's industry, 99.9% cars are running on gasoline. But future lies in self-driving cars. It lies in ride-sharing, electric cars. Car manufacturer has to prepare for the future. Now, particularly for the participants, let me say one thing, that future does not belong to just a minute. Belong to never know. Sorry. Where it was, I was talking about just car manufacturer. You know that future is not what you do in future, but future is what you do now. Today, what we are doing is fine. One thing we are all clear, that technology is essential. Technology is required. Technology is an integral part. It should be a part of the seminar. And you know that when I was just looking at listening the report, that many tools they have also mentioned, experts have mentioned. I would like to mention that what is going on in the world as far as technology is concerned, and what should we do in India particularly to integrate technology with the education, with the dissemination of the knowledge. According to latest annual report released by Cisco, by the end of 2023, 66% of the global population, that around 2/3 of the world population, will have access to internet. When 2023, it's a global report, average. The total number of internet users they are going. So what I want to say here is that video is becoming de facto medium for the learning. You see that when I look at the Indian scenario, Professor Nilima Bhagwati, you must agree with me that as far as videos are concerned, many organizations, they have prepared a lot of videos. Other day, I was having a talk with AICTE Vice Chairman. Thousands and thousands of videos are available there. We are talking about InfinityNet, thousands and thousands of. My point here, why I'm saying this thing to here, that we need to learn collaboration. India is a poor country. We cannot afford, to duplicate the efforts, maybe in time, maybe in resources. Whatever work is done by a university in Assam, right, or a college in Assam, that should be easily available to the students of Multani Malmedi College. You see, we are talking about technology. Yes, Western countries, they have gone ahead. I can name a few. Blockchain technology. It started with cryptocurrency, but this is a great, we can have a collaboration, we can learn that data could be, I mean, that for example, in business schools, we transmit knowledge through case studies. Now, we can use blockchain in higher education sector also. Sharing of student data between multiple universities for a semester exchange, course exchange, student transfer, data for scholarship with authority, student academic data sharing companies. There are so many ends are there. Dr. Khushwinder Kumarji, I have not listened to him. I mean that I joined late. He has done a wonderful job, right, at different level. And particularly when he was talking about online assessment techniques, see, artificial intelligence driven assessments can help in this direction. You see, student performance in a particular examination. Then we need to ensure self-paced learning. See, we are talking about artificial intelligence, how it affects the this education sector. You see, once we are talking about online system, there is a facial recognition is there, even in mobiles also. Everywhere you can find the, I will not explain that type of technology which is coming, whether it's a virtual reality, whether we are talking about Internet of Things, we are talking about chatbots, we are talking about podcasts, we are talking about, see, the point which I want to stress is something general way. The point which is, I mean, essential for the policymakers. The point is that global level research says that as far as attention is concerned, whatever knowledge is transmitted in a traditional lecture mode, only 5% is in your mind. And then you need to have a discussion. You need to have, graphics, aid of graphics, videos, interactive gamifications, and virtual reality to boost the stream. Why I'm saying all these things? I believe that technology is required. We all agree. I believe that education, when you want to transmit knowledge, we have to integrate it. That is okay. But my question is, how, when, how quickly we can execute the things. You see, I'm reminded of a novel by American novelist Ernest Hemingway. He's American novelist, very short. He wrote one novel that we call Sun Also Rises. The name title of the novel is Sun Also Rises. You see, he put a question that how do you go bankrupt? I'm just, for the participants, I am referring this case. His question in that novel was, how do you go bankrupt? Think in terms of education point of view. We are leading universities. We are leading colleges. Nilima, Khushwinder Singh, myself, are all, heading some institutions. So his answer was, his summary was in that, how do you go bankrupt? His answer was, first gradually and then suddenly. You see, gradually we are deteriorating. ये जो लोगों को हार्ट अटैक आ जाता है, ये लोगों को डायबिटीज की प्रॉब्लम है, अचानक नहीं होती, ग्रेजुअली. एजुकेशन में जो टेक्नोलॉजी की बात आ रही है वो ग्रेजुअली है. ग्रेजुअली हमें पता है. अब कोविड made a earlier, I was in Punjab University. We use this is not possible. कि ऑनलाइन का क्या मतलब हुआ, ऑनलाइन का सिस्टम क्या हुआ. Yes, I believe, I do agree that there is no substitute for classroom teaching. But at the same time, there are many things we can do through online also. So there are many challenges. Many challenges of, if we talk about 60%, 40%, GG was telling that UGC new norms has come. that 40% you can get online and 60% blended sort of thing. Yes, it is there. There is a benefit is there. Increasing, you talk about student engagement is there. There is a need for, encouraging teamwork and collaboration, preparing students for life, after graduation, connecting students with the teachers, some outcomes which Kushwinder ji was talking about. Now, I will flag, 5 challenges, 5 issues, which is very important for, the educational administrator. You see that if we really want to implement technology, right, 5 things which I am referring to, I am flagging these 5 issues. Number 1, infrastructure. You see, all of you will agree with me that we sometimes blame the education system or teachers. Times World Higher Education ranking aa gayi. In 3 institutions in Delhi and University of Science, 3 institutions has come in first 3. But what I'm saying, that we have to ensure the proper infrastructure. Leaving aside IITs and IIMs, that type of infrastructure is required. Teacher must have minimum basic requirement, only then we can expect expert. This is one. Second, which I believe, that training of teacher is a must. That we are maybe old generations. We are learning, but we have to provide the opportunity to the teacher. This type of workshops, which collaboration, through collaboration, I'm pointing out collaboration also, that this type of workshop will be a beneficial to the teachers. Third thing is, this is very important point. Ms. Nilima Bhagwati ji, I must say that if I analyze everything, third thing is collaboration. Unless and until we learn to collaborate, we can't live in small silos. We have to share our information. Whatever I am having, I must share with the colleagues also. All type of, because knowledge is available everywhere. Knowledge is not an issue. Technology need to be shared. We need not to, India is a poor country. Then education need to be a priority sector by the government and all these things. And of course, the most important thing is that improved teaching outcomes is required. That if you really want that outcomes, what is the outcome for that? You see that there are 3 things which universities are performing or colleges are performing, higher education institutions are performing. One is knowledge transfer. We transfer the knowledge. We transmit the knowledge. This is one. But I believe in this world of technology, this work will be taken over by the machines. I am sure. I am reminded of the language, the wording of Edison. Edison wrote way back, that he wrote that books they will be nowhere. Similarly, knowledge transfer, as far as transfer of knowledge is concerned, it is going to be with the machines. Number 2, where we will be relevant. We means universities and colleges. That is co-creation of knowledge. We have to create a new knowledge. And moving up the value chain, we have to go in for cutting edge research involving students. Here the role of university and college will come, where they will learn hand-on things and they will create new things in the knowledge area. And third thing, which is most important, which I believe that as a university administrator, for which we are there, this is the thing for which our job is required. And that thing is that creation of artificial intelligence resistant capabilities. We have to create a capability. We can resist the attack of the artificial intelligence. And what are those areas where we need to train ourselves, we need to train our teachers, we need to train our students, and that are, judgment. how to make a judgment in an ethical way. That is why I generally quote the scriptures also, that we have to go back to our scriptures. I mean, judgment. Then creativity. This is the things which we need to learn. Then connecting dots, we apply our mind that this is this. Now connecting dot and getting some output from that. Communication. I mean that putting across my viewpoint across the table. Persuasions. Persuading something to do more. Emotional intelligence. These are the things which is required for the higher education teachers. I have strong conviction that machines cannot substitute teachers as far as this area is concerned. We have to change. We have to change ourselves accordingly. Now, friends, higher education institutions which can quickly adapt to changing technology and would be able to implement, it effectively, can build a reputable brand in higher education, because branding will be very, very important. Branding of any higher education institution would be recognized due to technology, believe me, technology implementation, investment in traditional and physical infrastructure. See, physical infrastructure will come later on, technology will there. It's high time higher education institutions start focusing on changing trends and start adapting new technologies to make education, underlining my word, I am speaking it, making education interesting, number one, relevant and practical. We need to make our education interesting, because you have to retain the minds, you have to retain, the attention of young children. See, you have to make it interesting. You have to make it relevant and, of course, practical. Only then this is possible. So I will not take much time. I would like to listen from our learned scholar, Nilima Bhagwati ji. But reform is required in existing system. I should be on quality, and we have to ensure relevance. With these words, I once again thanks Dr. Khushvinder Kumar ji, principal of this college, for providing me an opportunity, right, to be with the participants and organizers and to share my viewpoints. I've just talked, I don't know, in a very unorganized manner, but the point is very clear that yes, the thing is very important. We have to make it, the education, interesting, relevant and practical. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Professor Karamjit Singh ji, for your word of wisdom and appreciation. We are highly obliged to listen your views about the contemporary issues of economy, health, and education, the situation after COVID-19, how education is important to solve the present problems of the world, and how technology is transforming the world scenario, not only in education, but also in other walks of life. So you have very nicely expressed the issues in the implementation of technology in education. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So we have learned a lot during this capacity building program, and we'll try to implement the techniques in our teaching and research. So this capacity building program is actually very, very fruitful for the teachers who have attended this.